Hello there, YouTube. My name is Jacob, and as always, here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. In today's video, I'm going to discuss what are the best cars to be able to beat the mainline story of CSR2. And this is a question that a whole bunch of people have that are getting involved in the game of CSR2. So really quickly, I just want to make a video that showcases what I think are the best choices of the cars that you as a newer player to CSR2 should get that will help you to win all those lovely, beautiful boss cars and be able to work your way up towards Tempest. And if you don't know what Tempest is, stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing a whole bunch of content related to Tempest, as that is one of the biggest and most difficult aspects of CSR2 that I'm sure there are plenty of people out there watching on YouTube that want to see more with regards to Tempest especially. Without further ado, we're going to jump right into it here. Okay, so in CSR2, we have 5 different tiers of cars. So you've got your tier 1, you've got your tier 2, your tier 3, your tier 4, and your tier 5. Now, as you can see here, I have each of the boss cars that you can win in this game in the basic storyline of CSR2. I've got KJ's car up here. I've got Ashley's car up here. I've got Kurtz's car up here. I've got Victor's Project 7 over here. And then I have, last but not least, Shax's car, which I did a video on how to beat Shax and win his car recently. So if you are interested in that, please go check that video out. But again, there's Shax's car right there. So, the first car that I believe you should get when you first boot up the game and you're going through all the tutorials is this right here, the standard Golf GTI. Now, it's not a particularly exciting car or amazing car or even a fun car. However, this car, when it comes to performance in this game for the first car that you can get, is completely unbeatable. This car is what is known as a natural dyno beating car. What that means is you've got this dyno time here, this quarter mile time here, 13.397. This Golf GTI will absolutely run over that time, and I'm gonna do a real quick showcase right here. Again, that number is 13.397, and I guarantee that this car will 100% run over 13.397. This is just a fantastic car here. Here we go. Boom. Boom. There's some shifting going on. Nice, beautiful, perfect shifts. Nothing too crazy. And there you go. 13.265 on a 13.397. So this car is beating dyno by approximately 0.180 seconds. And for those of you that are new to this game, for a tier 1 car, that is simply ridiculous. And this car does it without any special crazy tuning or anything like that. It's just a standard base tune that I have here on this car, and it almost gets 0.2 seconds of dyno beating, which in CSR2 is the name of the game. Being able to beat dyno by about 0.2, typically speaking, means you've got a decent car. So starting out in CSR2, this is the car that I would recommend as a newer player, just simply because it has the performance necessary to get the job done. Now, my second car that I recommend is rather interesting. So you see here I have the Bmw M235i. While I own the car, this is not what I used, and this is not what I recommend. And the reason is because once you've beaten a couple of the races in Tier 2 with the KJ's Toyota 86, which you get from winning the first boss race. So we've got that here, right? Here's KJ's Toyota 86 Rocket Bunny, right? There it is. Beautiful. Okay. This car, once you win a couple of the first few races in Tier 2, it will unlock all of the Legends stuff up at the top right corner of the map. And really quickly, here's all of the Legends stuff up here. You've got all these different Legends races with Izzy and yada yada. Okay. It unlocks the 250 GTO. This car is an absolute boss of a car when it comes to Tier 2, and also in terms of Legends cars. This is really a very, very special car. Now, I'm going to be honest, for those of you watching at home on this channel, I am going to be very particular and very favorite. My favorite kind of cars are Ferraris. So, is that part of the equation? Maybe. However, with the same dynamic that I showcased for the Golf GTI, we've got a dyno of here of 11.011. This car will 100% beat that time. So I'm just going to go ahead in here and give us a little race. Oh. And there you are, 10.991. Now that is nowhere near the performance that we saw with the Golf GTI. However, if I go in here and I change this up a little bit, okay, if I adjust this car's settings a little bit right here, okay, here we go. There you go. Take a look at that. 10.686 on a 10.818 dyno. Now, I did not drive that car as well as I could have. This car will beat dyno by 0.350 to even 0.4. It's an absolute boss of a car. So in terms of Tier 2, you're eventually going to want to use this car as your stable car, since they give it to you for free. And once you get it fully upgraded, it will absolutely destroy Tier 2, and it will just become your go-to Tier 2 live racing car until you have a better car. And that's the reason why I recommend the 250 GTO. It really doesn't take a crazy amount to get all of the components necessary to restore this car, and if you don't know about restorations and that sort of stuff, I will do a video on it, so please stay tuned. But basically you have these Legends trials here, and you've got these Legends races, Legends challenges. The first one is all about the Ferrari, and it has 40 races. This one here has a bit more than that. But at the very end of it, it gets you enough components to fully restore the 250 GTO. And then this car just absolutely annihilates. So that's Tier 2. Now, for Tier 3, most people use the BMW M4 Coupe that you can purchase from the dealership, right? That is not the car that I recommend. And the reason why I say that, even though the BMW M4 is the better car, is that the Mustang GT Premium, first of all, this car can be used in all of the Ford heritage events that show up every now and then, which is great. Ford parts are the absolute easiest fusions to get in this game. There are so many different Ford cars that you can buy and strip for fusion parts. And then on top of that, the BMW M4 is simply a much more difficult car to drive in comparison to this car. I had to do so much training the first time around when I played CSR2 on how to make the M4 drive. It's a difficult car, whereas this car is so nice and easy for a newer player. You just come in here, get your perfect start, boom, get that perfect shift, nitrous, another perfect shift. We're gonna do don't shift into the next one, just leave it there, and voila, 10.452 on a 10.445 dyno. So this car is not really a dyno beater. I understand that. So typically speaking, I tend to recommend cars that are going to be helpful for you in the long run. But as a newer player, the BMW M4 Coupe, while it is a good car, it is so stinking hard to drive for a newer player that I just simply do not recommend it. And on no fusions, okay, you see how I have no green, no blue, no pink, all stage 5 parts, and I even ended up having, I have one stage 6 part that I won, which I won't be putting on this car. It will win the all-important boss car, which is Kurtz's Mustang HPE 750, and as a brand new player, this is going to be the best boss car that you can win in this game, other than Victor's Project 7. Now, Victor's Project 7 is a very difficult car to drive. I will do a individual video on the individual boss cars and everything like that, so please stay tuned for that if you're interested in learning more about the boss cars. I forgot to very briefly mention that the 250 GTO wins Ashley's Mercedes, and this again is another good car. Most of the first couple boss cars are pretty decent. KJ's Toyota 86 is decent. Ashley's CLA 45 AMG is decent. The Kurtz's Mustang is a good car. Victor's Project 7 is a good car. The only real bad car is Shax's Agera R. And while it's a beautiful car, lovely car, it simply does not have the same performance as the other cars. So, there you have that. You've got the Mustang GT Premium for Tier 3. Now, Tier 4 is very, very interesting. Tier 4 is a very difficult tier to accomplish, and the same with Tier 5. the way that Elite Tuners is currently set up in CSR2, they give away the Subaru Wrx Sti for free. They also give away the 2020 Subaru BRZ TS. And they give away the Mazda RX-7, as well as the Mitsubishi Evo Lancer, I believe is the name of it. Let me just really quickly remind myself here. So we have the Honda S2000. They give you that car. The Subaru... Let's see if I can't get it to show me. Oh, looks like it doesn't want to do it for me, so I'm going to just come in here real quickly. So yeah, when you come in and you load into the game as a brand new player, please make sure that if you haven't done this already, you go over here to the Elite Tuners button. And while it isn't this way on my screen, the Subaru BRZ TS is a free car. The Mazda or the Honda S2000 are completely free. And then the Lancer Evolution Final Edition, my bad, I called it the wrong thing, or the Subaru WRX Sti are completely free cars. Now, the reason why I recommend getting the Subaru instead of the Lancer Evolution is simply because since you have the Subaru WRX as well as the Subaru BRZ TS, you're going to be able to get more fusion parts for your WRX and be able to use it in Tier 4 to be able to beat Victor Kidd and win his extremely important Project 7. That's probably one of the best cars that you can get as a boss car in this game. And then I recommend getting the RX-7 because, spoiler alert, very, very deep into Tempest 3, there is a Mazda challenge that you have to do where you basically have to put a bunch of Mazda fusions into that car. And because it's a purple star car, you cannot use Petus crates on it. For those that don't know Petus crates, I'll take a look at that in a future video covering fusion parts and everything like that. But having the RX-7 to be able to use PETA crates if you need it is really helpful to get unstuck, because Tempest 3 has some of the absolute best boss cars given away that you don't need to spend any of your personal real-life cash to win, and they are absolutely in a class and in a league of their own. So, yeah. In my recommendations, you're going to want to use the Subaru WRX Sti, and on all Stage 5 parts, and a few, as you can see, I've got some greens and some blues, you can 100% win the Victor's Project 7. And then also, the Subaru WRX Sti does beat Dyno, the Subaru BRZ TS beats Dyno, the RX-7 beats Dyno, and the Mitsubishi Lancer Final Edition. All of those cars beat Dyno, so they are great cars to have in your collection and use when you need them. Now, when you get to rank 30, as you can see here, I'm rank 43, you are going to get the Toyota Gr Supra. If you are a newer player watching this video, please, please, please do not elite this car in Tempest. I see it all the time in live racing where players have elited this car and they can't use it for Tempest 3. This car is such a beast of a car with its everything. 0 to 60, 0 to 100, quarter mile speed, quarter mile time, half mile speed, half mile time, top speed. The way that it's tuned, the way that it drives, This car is absolutely insane. Not to mention the fact that because of the Dress to Impress events that you have here, you've got Dress to Impress and Dress to Impress Evolution that give away a whole bunch of goodies. Look at all this stuff. All these different elite tokens and stuff, and spoiler alert, the Dress to Impress Evolution gives away a whole bunch of gold keys, which are huge in this game. Gold keys are really hard to come by. You're going to want to wait until you get to level 30, get this car for free, and on stage 5 only parts with only a few green, a few blue, and I just have one pink. You don't even really need the pink fusion. This car will beat Shaxx. It will claim his car. I did a video where I showcased how my Toyota Supra in its current state will beat Shaxx's car. So if you are looking to beat Shaxx's car, please go ahead and check out the channel and take a look at that video, and hopefully that helps you to win this very cool looking car. But that's going to do it for today's video. Again, just as a very quick recap, in Tier 1, you're going to want the Golf GTI. In Tier 2, you're going to want to use the Ferrari 250 GTO that they give away for free once you get to a certain point. In Tier 3, you're going to want to use the Mustang Gt Premium because it's an easier car to drive. If you want to use the Bmw M4 Coupe, which I might as well, oops, I hit the wrong button. I might as well showcase here really quickly. Yeah, so you've got the Bmw M4 Coupe here. It's a difficult car to drive, but it's doable. The M235i is a decent Tier 2 car, but when you have the ability to use the Ferrari 250 GTO, I just strongly recommend fully upgrade that car, get it fully restored, and use that thing to destroy. Because it really, really, really is an awesome car, and I'm not just saying that because I love Ferraris, but I absolutely do love Ferraris. At some point in time on this channel, you are going to see videos of me where I just have some fun, have a good time. I'm considering doing some live streams in the future where I just get on and do some live racing, and you can join me, and if you can find me in CSR2, I'll race you, and I'll let you take some wins and hopefully get some good RP for whatever crew you're in. But yeah, I love Ferraris, and sure, that may be part of why I recommend this, but it's just such a high-performing car. I proved it with the fact that it beats Dyno by a lot, and it's a relatively easy car to drive as well. But yeah, again, so we've got Tier 1, the Golf GTI, Tier 2, the Ferrari, Tier 3, the Mustang, Tier 4, your Subaru Wrx Sti that you get for free, and Tier 5, your Toyota Gr Supra that, again, you get for free. So, like I said, you've got this car you get instantly in the beginning of the game. You've got the Ferrari 250 GTO they give you for free. The Toyota Gr Supra and the Subaru Wrx Sti they give you for free. The only car under this method that you have to buy is the Mustang Gt Premium. And for newer players that you want to just be able to get out there, get that racing done, make some cash, have some fun, having to sit and wait hours on hours and hours for a car to deliver is just not too fun. So this would be my recommended way to do it. It also allows you to get through the game much faster since you're not having to buy a car and then make the money back and then buy another car and make the money back. Most of these cars are free. But that's going to be my list of what cars you should use for the main story of CSR2. If there are any particular things that you want to see in the future here at the PNCLCG, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. It really helps the channel out, really helps to get this video out there so people can see it and enjoy it and maybe get to learn about the awesome game that is CSR2. And if you haven't considered subscribing, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your support would be greatly appreciated. I'm planning on making a video of CSR2 once every single day of the week. But that's going to do it again for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, my name is Jacob, and here at the PNCLCG is where you want to be. Have a blessed day.